So hey, welcome back to the channel. Just got back from Orlando, Florida. About 3 or 4 days ago. We're down there in Florida. It's about 70, 80 degrees in shorts. Beautiful weather, sunny. So nice. Get back to Oklahoma. Lower 40s. Cold fronts coming through, supposed to snow. Man, the older I get, just the worse I do with cold weather. I just completely hate it. But since then, I've been really focusing in on doing my end of year palm video for the Palm Squad that I did last year, and I'm going to do again this year. I'll show you a little bit of that here.
Ain't no one stopping me, ain't no way.
I think that's going to be a really good video. They placed 3rd overall nationally for their hip hop, which is just fantastic. And they were just so excited about the results, and you know, everybody else was too. So a big shout out to them. They just did such a great job. I'm so proud of them. I mean, when you look at just the competition that's down there, it's unbelievable. Placed 3rd is just amazing, and they did a great job. And looking forward to doing finishing this end of year video for them, and I think it's going to turn out good. I can't wait to show it to them. Anyway, I thought it'd be kind of fun to do like a gear recap video. I always tend to do these on my, when I get back into town, just to kind of see what I used and what I didn't use. I like doing these type of videos because I get to look back on them and see where I've been in the past, and it helps me narrow down my choices going forward and kind of gather my thoughts and kind of figure out where I want to go if I was going to go traveling again here anytime soon. But I thought it'd be easier to start off with my bag, what I actually did not use. Okay, so the first thing, we'll just talk about the backpack in general, the Nomadic Peter McKinnon and Luma bag. Super backpack. I carried it one day. I just didn't want to carry that bag the rest of the time. It just so happens that the first day we walked like 12 miles. So I was feeling it by the end of the day, and for the rest of the time I just took my little sling bag around, which the sling bag that I used was the Bellroy, I think 9-liter sling bag. And I'll probably do a full video on that later on, but that's the 2 bags I took. I just carried the backpack one day. Fantastic backpack, but just hauling a backpack like 12 miles, 10 miles, that's a little bit too much. I just don't want to carry around that much weight. And plus, when you're getting in and out of the rides and stuff, you don't want to be heading full with this thing, a big old backpack. I mean, the rides at Disney are set up for backpacks and stuff like that, but it's just not a very practical thing to do, to carry around all this camera gear all the time. But we'll start off with the things I didn't use. Tripod, didn't use it one time. I knew all this going in. I knew I wouldn't use a tripod. I've been down there for now 3 years in a row, have never put my camera on a tripod one time, but just took it just in case, and that's the way it goes. Microphone, didn't use it one time, not one time. And the Osmo Action 4, didn't use it one time. And I didn't think I would. Like I don't do water rides, so I knew I wasn't gonna be taking it on a water ride, so I just didn't use it. The camera that I took was the A7CR. To me, that's just become the best travel camera option for me at this particular moment. Later on, it might change to something else, but right now, it does the job that I want it to do. We can talk about the lenses that I took down there. Right before I left, I bought the 16 to 25 G lens and the 24 to 50 G lens. And I had just a little bit of room left over in my bags. I snuck in the 20 to 70 f4 lens right at the last second and took it. Now, I bought the 16 to 25 G lens because I wanted to film the girls while they were dancing in the competition. And sometimes you get to sit really, really close to them, and you need something really wide to capture all the action. But when I got there, they wasn't allowing any cameras with zoom lenses attached. And I probably could have got away with filming them. I mean, I saw a lot of people filming with the zoom lens cameras, but then again, you don't want to push your luck with the event organizers or any of the media staff or possibly cost your team any points or anything like that. So I decided, you know what, I'm not filming anything with any kind of professional camera. So the 16-25 went out because ordinarily I don't shoot anything that wide. I took that specifically to film the competitions. You notice I don't have either of those two lenses here because I sent them both back, to be honest with you. Wind up just using the 20-70 the majority of the time. To me, it's just a more versatile lens. And I don't think you're gaining just a whole lot f4 versus 2.8. Like, to me, the best setup or two lens system would be the 20-70 and then the 35 1.8 for any kind of low light things going on, or maybe you want a little bit more background blur or something like that. That's the perfect setup for me. The 16-25, 24-50. If you don't have the G Masters lenses, those are perfectly, they're great. You know, they're fine. They're just not for me. And I just felt limited using the 24-50. I just like this. I like to reach them as 70. So the 20-70 makes more sense to me, is more useful to me. And then if I wanted something more low light, I'd have the 35 1.8, which I didn't take. I didn't take the 35 1.8, but that's what I would have taken if I knew now what I didn't know then. I think that's how they say it. So that's the lens setup. And I sent those two lenses back, got a refund on them, barely. Just not for me. I took the strap, didn't use it one time. That's no big deal. I mean, you know. And of course, the star of the show, as one would predicted, the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. I just don't think that there could be a more perfect camera for going to amusement parks, walking around and filming stuff. I just don't think there's a better camera for it. Stabilization's great. It's easy to use. You can put it right in your pocket, no problem at all. You can put it away in a second. It just does everything so great. I don't think there's a better camera for walking around taking video. I just don't. And this is the camera that I use to film most of the performances on. And the only time it really messed up is when I messed up. I meant to do the exposure down a little bit, but I put it up instead, so I washed out two of the performances. But the one that I did go down on the exposure a little bit came out perfect. And a surprise for me, at least, was the RX100 Mark 7. It is such a good camera. I mean, the 24-200 is so powerful and such a small little bitty camera. And you can one-hand it. You don't feel like you're sticking out while you're using it. The viewfinder comes in so clutch because it's so bright out there sometimes. You need the viewfinder to be able to see what you're doing. Autofocus is great. The pictures are great. Give it enough sunlight. It is such a spectacular camera. There's a bunch of negative sides to this camera. I'll admit that. Overall, it is great. Maybe I should do a full video on this one too. I mean, it just becomes such a staple in what I do. But so that's a look at what I took down to Disney World with me this time. Hope it might help some of you guys out in the future if you're going down there. Don't be afraid to pack small and light, because that's what it's all about. There's so much walking going on. You really need to just take into consideration, you know, how much walking there's going to be and how badly do you really want those pictures. Do you want those pictures this bad or this bad? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a pretty no-brainer for me. For me, at the parks, it was this. When I went to the competitions and took pictures after the competitions and stuff like that, it was this. No doubt about it. If you like the video, make sure you hit the thumbs up. If you want to, go ahead and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.